Giles Martin. Giles Martin, born 9 October 1969, is an English record producer, songwriter, composer, and multi-instrumentalist. His studio recordings, stage shows, TV, and film works have been critically acclaimed and commercially successful around the world. He is the son of Beatles producer George Martin and half-brother of actor Gregory Paul Martin. Education. Martin was educated at Stowe School, a boarding independent school in the civil parish of Stowe in Buckinghamshire, leaving his boarding house, Littleton, in 1988, followed by the University of Manchester. Life and career. Giles Martin grew up without much awareness of the Beatles and was discouraged by his father from pursuing a career in music lest the inevitable comparison should be made between father and son. However, Giles carried on, first playing in the band Velvet Jones, then writing jingles in college. In 1995, he was appointed music co-director for the television and radio music countdown show The Great Music Experience. He worked on a party at the Palace concert to celebrate Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee, for which he also produced the subsequent album and DVD. In 2004, he produced Hayley Westenra's multi-platinum album Pure, the UK fastest-selling classical album of all time. Other acts Martin has worked with include Gil Shaker, Jeff Beck, Elvis Costello, Inks, Kate Bush, Elton John, and the Rolling Stones. In 2006, Martin collaborated with his father to remix, rearrange, and recombine the music of the Beatles into a soundscape full of a theatrical production of Cirque du Soleil, which opened at the Mirage in Las Vegas. His use of digital music production and manipulation techniques allowed him to create Love's musical mashups, which he updated in 2016 for the show's 10th anniversary. He produced the music for the final Broadway performance of Rent and worked with Martin Scorsese's on his George Harrison film documentary Living in a Material World. Further film collaborations include working with Ron Howard on his Beatles documentary featured 8 Days a Week and the British action franchise Kingpin. Martin was music director for the Elton John biopic Rocketman. In 2009, Martin returned to the Beatles catalogue with the Beatles Rock Band, a video game that allows players to simulate performing Beatles songs with plastic instruments. Martin produced the titles music, cleaning, and reworking the audio to suit the game's mechanics. In 2013, Martin produced tracks and served as executive producer on Paul McCartney's new album. He was the producer in charge of the 50th anniversary Beatles remix/deluxe editions of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band 2017, The White Album 2018, Abbey Road 2019, Let It Be 2021, and Revolver 2022. Martin was music supervisor for the documentary series The Beatles Get Back, as well as music mixer along with Sam Ogle. Martin has served as head of sound experience since 2014 at Sonos Inc., a company that builds wireless home audio systems. In late 2018, Martin was appointed as head of audio and sound of the Universal Music Group. The role was specifically created for Martin, where he is based at UMG Abbey Road Studios. Personal life. He is married to Melanie Go-Grimes, of Irish landed gentry background. They have 2 children. They live in London, England. Awards. Giles Martin has received 2 Grammy Awards, both in 2007 for the Love soundtrack album as a producer of the Best Compilation Soundtrack Album for Motion Picture, Television, or Other Visual Media, and as a surround producer of the Best Surround Sound Album. In 2022, he won an Emmy Award for his work on The Beatles Get Back. Selected works. 1994, The Kiss, also known as Gil Shaker Tuesday, 1994, My Life Story, Mother Tongue, 1995, The Glow, Church with Mercury, 1995, The Choir, BBC, 1995, The Great Music Experience, 1995/96, The Beatles Anthology, MI/Apple, 1996, Small World, Addressing Edel, 1996/97/98, Velvet Jones, Naked, 1996/97, In My Life, Echo/MCA, 2000/1, The Alice Band, Instant Comma/Sony, 2002, Part at the Palace Live Show, CD and DVD releases, EMI/Virgin, 2003, Hayley Western Repute, Universal/Decca, 2004, Will Out White My Way, Sony/BMG, 2004/5, Hayley Western Odyssey, Universal/Decca, 2004/5/6 Love, Atlas/Cirque du Soleil/MGM/EMI, 2007, Dimwich, Chinese Boxes, Vanguard, 2007, Prepare Queen, 2008, Ren Live on Broadway, Sony Pictures, 2008/9, The Beatles Rock Band, MTV Networks, 2009/10/11, George Harrison, Living in the Material World, 2012, George Harrison, Early Takes, Volume 1, Emmy 2013, Paul McCartney, New Hair Music 2015, The Beatles One Plus, Apple 2016, The Beatles Live at the Hollywood Bowl 2017, The Beatles Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band 50th Anniversary Edition 2018, The Beatles The White Album 50th Anniversary Editions 2019, Welcome Music Director for Elton John biopic directed by Dexter Fletcher 2019, The Beatles Abbey Road 50th Anniversary Editions 2020, The Rolling Stone Goat's Head Symphony Stereo 5.1 and Atmos Mixes 2021, Original Sin 7 since 2021, The Beatles Let It Be 50th Anniversary Deluxe Editions 2021, The Beatles Get Back 2022, The Beatles Revolver New Stereo 5.1 and Atmos Mixes